Capture card's broken, guys. Trying to get the stream going, bro. It's not working right now. That buzzing noise is back. No sound. Oh, we got some sound. All right, seems to be working now. All right, seems like we're good now, yo. Hopefully that buzzing noise doesn't come back. I don't know what the hell's going on. I twist up some wires and shit.
Well, this doesn't look good, Vegeta, as we've always managed to go and find a way out of any given situation that we ended up finding ourselves within, but this time, I think that we may have went and met our match here because I haven't felt a monstrous power like this since fighting Murno, and we can't just go and back down now and have him walk right through us because if we do, then you and I are goners, Goku says. And although I'm not really sure if that demon paralyzing technique of yours is going to work on him or not, but one thing that I do know is that we'll need to go and try to fight him together because fighting him alone is bound to ensure our destruction if we do. And so now what do you think we should go and try to do here since we're running on borrowed time, Vegeta? As I think that while he isn't looking towards our direction, we should go and get Broly and try to attack him together in order to go and see on how far we can go here, because anything other than having to combine our powers and using using it against him and will lose, as Vegeta went on to then quickly respond, as painful as this is to admit, your instincts are right with this one, Kakarot, and so if we're going down, then it won't be alone or without a fierce struggle in having us do what we must in order to try to stop him, and so we'll need to try and regroup with the others and coordinate now carefully, otherwise we are goners if we don't. To which moreover on the other side, as Whis was then shown quickly getting into fighting position whilst holding on to the third and final configuration cube, was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, well, you may go and try, but I will not allow for you to go and lay claim over this cube, especially not while I am currently within possession of it, you aren't, Whis adds, and if waging a war against me is going to be something that you are going to be looking forward towards in attempting to try to pry it away from me, then go right ahead and be my guest, because you aren't— oh no, that bastard doesn't. Beast Gohan then went on to quickly rush on from behind and charging towards Raijin directly, and as I'll go and take it from here while you go and look after and help the others in the meantime, Whis. But even with Gohan's best attempts and having to be shown attacking Raijin, there was nothing that Beast Gohan was able to remotely do that even came close enough in having to affect Raijin, as Raijin then went on to quickly respond, you pathetic child, do you truly believe that your youthful courage holds any real weight against my overwhelming power? Because it doesn't, as your naive bravery only hastens your own demise, for your efforts to go and stand against me will also backfire, Raijin continues, no matter how hard it is that you go and try to push back against me, as I am going to savor every little moment in having to break your spirit piece by piece until the very concept of the resistance that you used to go and fight for is torn from your feeble mind, as only then will you truly be able to comprehend on what it means to lose everything, Raijin adds. But while your stubborn resistance is infuriating, I will rip that very pride that you hold so near and dear to your heart along with your bravado away from you, piece by agonizing piece, until you ultimately come to learn your lesson, Saiyan. And since you appear to be using brute strength in attempting to try and make your way into punching right through me in hopes of having any of these feeble attacks actually hurt me, Raijin continues, why don't I go and simply show you on what I mean, since you don't appear to understand and would much rather need for me to demonstrate on what exactly it is that I mean, Saiyan. As demonstrate Raijin did, because with one singular punch, as Raijin was from that point then shown having to completely break apart and shatter Gohan's cranium alongside with his jaw, was when Raijin then went on to quickly continue, and so now let this go and serve as being a painful reminder whether you go and live long enough to endure and survive this, or perish within these moments of having me go and break your face, as you were never any threat to me to begin with, and so now away with you while I have much bigger and far more important matters to go and attend to at the moment, Saiyan. But it was only within these very moments, unbeknownst to Raijin, as Broly, Goku, and Vegeta were then shown charging up their most powerful attacks behind him, was when Goku then went on to
we should be good. Run into some problems here and there, but can't hold me down for too long. Bro, I'm telling you, this thing is fucked. I might have to buy a new capture card. It's not cheap either.
What do you think of it? Quite the color,
I don't know if the song goes out, let me know, guys.
Oh, you don't understand. Your time is already at an end. Can you hear me? Flying Nimbus! Trunks, I've set a super of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. Someone! You're a big help. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Right in my face. Pause.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Not here, woman. Where you at? Something.
Flying Nimbus!
This guy came right to me, like usual. Like fucking usual.
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Moving so slow. Teammates got my back.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out
Alright,
for
bro,
enemies.
there's no reason for you to B and C. Get out of here. I'm not planting the key. We have to head to A and B now. We just got a power key radar, so just go find it. This monster's getting cooked.
Where am I? Someone save me! Hey, great! You found another
On
power
the
key.
key.
Use it quick! Someone save me! Gotta get the hell out of here!
Can I make it?
You be careful too, okay? Give me a freaking break.
Just made it.
Flying Nimbus! Greetings!
Let's just get one more key.
What you fail to realize is that this race deserves to end.
The key was down here.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Let's pair of luck.
Are you here to save me?
Just need these guys to go plant it.
Access the startup system from the
Oh,
central area.
someone had time for
Just a little more
dude.
to go, then you're done. Nimbus!
They're jumping him.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
It could be that a lot of people are playing ranked matches, right? So the queue should go by a lot faster today. on this shit by myself. Where's everyone else? Marshall's gonna come out of nowhere and suss it. Yeah, you can hear his dumbass. Like, there's no reason for this guy to be coming here. And you see, he's already following me.
Oh man.
No reason for this guy to be over here, bro. Bro, is this AI like real? Is this AI someone really playing the game right now? Or is this an AI, dog? I don't understand.
The startup system is under attack.
Oh, some bullshit.
Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup
I wasn't even trying to waste my dragon chain to go knock him out.
so tread carefully if you want to get closer. We'll destroy you.
Give me 60 more seconds to stay alive.
Make good use of them.
Well, what do you think of this sky? Is it not beautiful? Where are you?
Oh, I live in Canada, so the queues for Dragon Ball the Breakers is horrible for me.
Headed your way. Take it now. An ally needs your help. Know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Still 22 seconds. No one came to save me yet. This guy's still in C, doing nothing. This guy's flying around doing nothing. This guy's in C, doing nothing. This guy's in A, doing nothing. Waiting. All these guys, escape time machine having asses. Hate playing with randoms, bro. But it's better than the pre-made.
Respond. Let's hurry, Broly, and you too now, Vegeta. So let's go and blast this monster using everything that we have. But just go and wait on my signal until we are to fire. And so now, steady now. Easy. Almost there. And right there, Goku shouts. And so now let's go and blast this monster by using everything that we have. And don't go and hold anything back while we go and blast him, you guys. And so now let's hurry and go and crush this fiend once and for all and do it together. But unfortunately for our heroes, it was only just upon with their collective attack being shown having to make contact and not affecting Raijin whatsoever was when Raijin then went on to quickly respond. And just what exactly was that supposed to be, as I was already expecting for you worms to go and attempt to try and attack me all at the same time. But since I am already well aware and had prepared for situations such as these, Raijin continues, allow for me to now go and show you Saiyan mortals on how to go and get the job done properly. To which it was only just upon with Whis now being shown having to catch Gohan from within the sky was when Whis went on to then quickly respond, "Oh, now there, Gohan, as I will go and take care of you from here on, for I can sense that you are now no longer without a pulse, but I won't allow for this to be on how this is going to end for you. And so now please just go and try to stay with me," Whis went on to then catch Gohan by responding. Oh goodness, because had I went and known and had foreseen the depths of Raijin's strength, then perhaps I could have went and prevented such a catastrophic war here against them, and so I need for you all to please forgive me. And as your safety now rests entirely upon my shoulders now, as I vow to guard you all closely in ensuring your recovery and survival while I search desperately for any means of halting Raijin's rampage permanently in the meantime. time. And while I know that things don't look as though they are all too great for us from within this very moment, I just need for you all to simply hang in there and stay with me, Whis says. Which it was only then during this time, as Goku and Vegeta were then shown rapidly having to approach Raijin from behind and attacking him, was when Raijin then went on to quickly respond, "Yes, there we are now, and with 3 of your strongest allies down and brought down with ease on top of it, the only ones left who stand in the way of having me reach that angel in obtaining the 3rd and final configuration cube are the 2 of you," as Whis went on to then quickly rush on over towards Broly's direction by then responding, "Oh goodness, well at least you are still alive and with us, although barely, Broly, but I must hurry and bring you all to safety while I still can, and that is simply because we will need you in the meantime, and so you cannot go and perish on us now," Whis continues, "for never did I ever go and foresee for a moment where my guidance and protection would falter so dramatically, but I will not let this go and be the last of your days," Whis continues, as with Raijin's brutality being unparalleled, with his fury being unlike anything that we have ever encountered before since having to go back and having to wage war against my fallen brother Murno, or there must be a way around him somehow, as even in failure an angel's duty persists, as I vow to go and heal and protect you all to the best of my ability, and as you will all go and remain safe with me until I have formulated a plan on how to go and counteract his terrifying approach against us, and even though I may not be entirely sure that this is actually going to go and work out there against him," Whis adds upon having to be shown placing Gohan down next to both Beerus and Broly, "and I still have to go and try, even if it ends up making the slightest bit of difference in buying us a bit of time," to which all the while back over with Vegeta and Raijin, it was only within those very moments as Raijin was shown having to grab onto one of Vegeta's punches before having to retaliate, was when Raijin went on to then quickly respond, "Your stubborn refusal to acknowledge reality grows tiresome, Saiyan, so shall I further go on to enlighten you so that way you can go and see it for yourself," Raijin questions, as the difference in our power isn't just a slight one, but it's rather staggering, infinite, and unbridgeable, and so if you still believe for your attacks to go and do any good for you and having to wear me down, then I want you to go and watch very closely, Saiyan, Raijin continues upon suddenly being shown having to uppercut Vegeta in the stomach and completely having to shatter all of his ribs, as your durability is laughably insignificant and a testament to your delusions of grandeur, while my power remains largely dormant here against you mortals, and having it go and be reserved for moments of greater significance than annihilating a pack of prideful insects like you and your little friends, Vegeta. And as you should have known better, foolish warrior, for did your arrogance truly deceive you into believing that you could withstand my wrath and thinking that I had been bluffing about what it was that I had said? And as you are utterly pathetic, and so if you wind up losing your life in the meantime, then
Let's get this W, guys.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine as well as creative supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
You know what noise? Got a power key there.
Please save me.
You can key rush him. I'll try to find this E key.
You're my savior.
Then I'll head to A after.
Great. You know what to do with that key. Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Damn, we got all 4 keys. Gotta find this A key. Let's wait a bit.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Level 0. I think we key rushed him a little too early, man. We only have one level 2. No Dragon Balls.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready.
We have to win by stuns. Or everyone needs to do a proper dragon change and cook them.
You're a big help.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it?
On my way, guys. I'm on my way.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Here comes the pain.
Bro, why did I have to fucking do that, bro? So annoying. We don't have enough dragon changes. I do have a final dragon change though. But if I use it, I'll get KO'd back to 0. I only have 35% on my dragon chain. This game's intense right now.
Ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Thanks for rushing in.
And the supplies, chunks.
Allies down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Here comes the pain.
Got it. GG's. Bro, that was an intense match. Good job, squad.
Just know that this was exactly what you and the others had coming your way, in having to forcefully go and make you see the difference in between our power in the most brutal and painful ways, Vegeta. But this doesn't end with you, Raijin continues upon, now being shown surprisingly grabbing onto Goku's neck as Goku was trying to ambush him from behind. And lastly, then there's you, Universe 7 so-called legendary Saiyan warrior who is commonly referred to as Son Goku. A man whose very nature itself cannot help but continue to lead him down the path of sorrow and destruction, Raijin adds. But just go and now take a look all around you here, Son Goku. Look how far your precious comrades have fallen in attempting to go and stand against me, only to have failed in having to do anything to actually go and make a difference in stopping me, Raijin says. And for what it's worth, Murno's incredible battle power wasn't the only thing that I had acquired after having my Dark Master's wish for his essence to go and be merged within my own, but I also just so happened to wield his battle memories as well. And because I was able to go and retain his battle memories, I am already well aware of every trick and every strategy that you will go and try to attempt to go and use here against me, which simply isn't going to work. And deep down, unlike how it was when Murno had you within his vices, this time you aren't going to be so lucky to go and make it out of this alive like how you were shown having to do with Murno, Goku. But the only difference being is that you were never my primary target to go and begin with, but instead it was that third and final configuration cube that Whis holds within his person that truly has my full and undivided attention, Saiyan. And so once I go and finally lay claim to the third and final configuration cube will be when everything will change forever, Raijin says. Because why stop in simply having to rule over one multiverse when I can go and rule over them all and expand my legion across an infinite and endless space of timelines and realities in having to conquer them all, Raijin adds. And so how exactly will you try to go and stop me when all of your reserves are out of reach, Raijin questions, because with both of the Omni Kings along with the Grand Minister out of the picture, what hope could you possibly have to actually win here, Raijin continues, because the answer to this very question is but a simple one, and that is absolutely nothing. There is nothing that you could possibly go and hope for that will stand in between us that will ultimately win you the day here against me. And once I am to go and find out on what exactly lies beyond the other side after assembling all three of those configuration cubes, the final phases of my long-awaited and long-desired plan will finally at long last be completed without any resistance. As a dire and desperate Goku then went on to quickly respond, and that's where you're wrong, because so as long as there are those of us who still are powerful enough to go and stand against you, then there will always be a way for us to try and find a way to win, even if that means in having us stake our lives on the line to go and do it. Then we will gladly go ahead and do just that. And so you don't scare me, because I have watched monsters like you come and go, and just like the rest of them, you will also go and fall alongside them too. As Raijin then went on to then quickly respond, oh, is that what you think is going to happen now, do you? How utterly delusional, for you mortals truly are the gods' greatest mistakes to date, Raijin adds. As the very fact that these so-called deities have went and stooped this low as to go and rely on its mortal warriors to fight and protect their sacred balance is not only laughable, but it is just disgusting. And if you truly insist that you and your allies are indeed powerful enough to withstand my wrath into thinking that you can actually beat me, then why don't I just go and take this time to further remind you on exactly why these fantasies you have in defeating me are but a pointless dream, Saiyan. Oh, Kakarot, we have to try and figure out a of a way to blindside him, because if this continues to go the way that it is, then we aren't going to last much longer out here if he continues to go and treat us like this, Vegeta says. And so we'll have to try and find another method to go and attack him with, because if we don't try and use something like fusion or any other counterattack to stop him in his tracks, then he'll tear us both apart, and he'll do it without breaking a sweat against us. And so hurry and try to use your instant transmission technique so that way you can go and break free and get away from him. But then it was only just before Goku was able to do so within these very moments was when Raijin was then shown having to grab onto the top of Goku's skull by then responding, "Oh no you don't, for you aren't going anywhere, and so don't even think about attempting to try to go and bypass me and aiding your friend here next to you, because you'd be wrong to go and assume that I would allow for either one of you to slip by me without having me catch on to you. And so to ensure my position, allow for me to go and put an end to your miserable struggle by putting you in your rightful place and giving you a reminder of where you mortals belong," Raijin adds. "And as you leave this world and venture on over into the afterlife, just know that otherworld, along with every and all other realms beyond the world of the living, will soon be destroyed after everything is dealt with." And as this notion of mortal camaraderie is as revolting as it is pointless to watch take place, but it's because of your very own actions in choosing to defy me is where the source of your suffering will stem from, Raijin says. And then while you insects have went and managed to amuse me for a brief heartbeat within these very moments, I grow tired of this charade, since I didn't go and come here to test the might of your mightiest mortal warriors, but am rather here to go and erase them instead, Raijin continues. And so it is due to this very fact, for none of you could ever go and hope to try to do anything within your power that will honestly go and make a difference in this war out here against me. And since I grow tired of allowing for you insects to continue to try your best in regrouping and rounding each other up to go and attack me, no longer will I go and stand here and allow for any of that to happen, while my true calling lies directly before me in obtaining the third and final configuration cube, Saiyan. For you will go and perish in the name of failure with your face lying in the dirt where it belongs, as I am about to go and make you regret on ever attempting to go and attack me when you should have bowed. But then it was only just before Raijin even had the opportunity to go and do anything to wipe out both Goku and Vegeta was when all of a sudden both Vegeta and Goku's body were then shown having to quickly vanish, as Raijin then went on to quickly ask, "And what's this? And just where exactly do those two think that they're going? Wait, now I see, but of course." And as those two didn't go and act on their own just now and having to go and attempt to try to escape me, but were rather rescued and saved by another. And if I had to go and take a guess, Raijin adds, "Oh, then I'd be right, for I knew that you'd go and try to attempt to make a move against me sooner or later, Whis," Raijin adds upon having to see a gigantic blast being shown having to slam right into him. "But attempting to go and bypass the inevitable was a mistake that I will ensure that you pay dearly for with your blood, you angelic wretch," as Whis went on to then respond, "Now while I may not have all of the time in the world here to try to go and get this going, I must hurry while that demon is distracted before he is able to go and find a way to break free, for if we are to hope to stand a chance against this beast moving forward," Whis adds, "then I may in fact actually have a plan that just might end up buying us the time that we need, and so let us see," as an angry Raijin was then shown being pushed back by then quickly responding, "Why, you rotten, pathetic little sneaky angel, I am going to make sure that you suffer slowly for ever daring to go and cross me in such a way like how you just did." Alright, now everyone wake up immediately and listen very, very carefully, for there is no room for hesitation after this, since my attack won't be strong enough to go and hold Raijin back for more than just a brief moment. And so because of this, you must quickly begin to regain your senses and rise to your feet at once, because I may not be able to go and have another chance in having to go and do this. And so I will need for you all to go and pay very close attention to what it is that I'm about to say, because we only have this one final chance left to counter Raijin's sinister plans, as our lives, this universe, and everything you cherish depend on how swiftly and effectively you go and follow my instructions, Whis continues. rules, as there is no room for doubt or deviation here, and so I will need for you to go and follow my instructions exactly as I go and tell you, or we will end up losing everything that we have been fighting so extremely hard to protect, which is why I will need for you all to
Super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. There's no way a small fry like you stands a chance against the mighty Nappa! This is great! You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Lucky there.
Better make this fun for me.
Welcome. Thank you.
Hopefully he doesn't see me.
Let me see you suffer. Great. You know what to do with that key. Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick.
Yeah, we just finished facing a level 1 Boo myself. Last match. We won.
Welcome. Thank you.
So far I've been getting a match under 5 minutes. I think a lot of players have come back since rank has started.
Flying Nimbus!
Tuxedo guys level 3. That means he's gonna get his grade 8 for me. Like 3 minutes. Maybe 4 or 5. How much ever 500 seconds is.
Don't know what danger
Get the hell out of here!
before rushing in.
Oh man.
If you don't show yourself right now, I'll reduce this place to ashes!
I'm gonna come back here.
Get up! I owe you one.
Get out of here, bro.
You're only wasting your time at this point. Flying Nimbus!
We kind of are just wasting our time if we don't kill this guy quick.
Oh, where did all that bravado go? Trying to figure out how to escape.
Well, he sold us out. Came right to my this guy came right to me, bro. Talk about selling me out, man. You want the Dragon Ball so fucking bad? Here, take it, bro. Holy smokes. This guy with the one Dragon Ball came all the way to me.
What a bunch of
Gave away my location. That guy got sniped.
That little move you just pulled has pushed me over the edge.
The game's glitching out, guys. It is ding dong up here. $11 minutes? Jeez.
Super time machine is ready. Head there
Should be
now.
going by pretty fast. Well, that's usually the wait time for me, but it should be a lot better today.
Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Get on attack.
I owe you one.
I didn't even know I had a sensu. That was a waste.
If you want to get closer.
Hey, right?
The startup system is under attack.
We only have one level 3. I feel like this guy is just toying with us.
Well, now, you got some moves, I'll give you that.
Holy hell.
Good luck on your match.
Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Gallant gun.
Oh, man. Bastard!
I'll send some supplies.
I don't even know how I got hit, bro.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
What a bunch of wimps.
This guy came over to me to get the Dragon Ball and he didn't even take it.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
That's it for me.
Listen very closely, and I mean all of you, as I am hereby only doing this because I am left with no other choice, for I cannot risk in having to be captured with this relic on my persons, and especially with Raijin watching and listening to everything very closely. But if we go and act now while his focus is on me, then we may in fact actually be able to go and find a way to buy just enough time in figuring out of a way on how to free the Omni Kings and locate the Grand Priest. And so what I am giving you is one of the 3 configuration cubes that Raijin is desperately attempting to try and acquire, Whis adds, and if that monster is able to somehow find a way to obtain it, then the very balance of the reality as we know it will spiral into irreversible collapse and we will all be destroyed. But not only do these configuration cubes hold the power to go and affect our multiverse if Raijin were to go and somehow get his hands on all 3 of them, but they also seem to have the power to affect the Omniverse as well, Whis adds, which this in and of itself is an infinite and ever-expanding plane of existence that is home to not just our multiverse, but thousands of others, Whis adds. And if all 3 of these cubes are to be gathered and combined into one, will they only open the gateway into allowing for anyone who combined them to go and cross over into their unknown domain, Whis says. And so now to go and avoid in having him ever have the chance to go and attempt to lay claim over this cube, Whis adds, you must go and do what you can to ensure that this cube stays beyond his reach, as that alone will be enough to stall his ascension while we go and figure out on how we can go and get help in having to find and locate the Grand Minister, as well as being able to set the Omni Kings free from their imprisonment, Whis continues, as with the other remaining angel attendees all stationed by my command on behalf of the Grand Minister to guard their universes in not stepping out of their governing worlds lest they risk in having their universes be completely destroyed and taken over and wiped out by Raijin's army. We will have to go and make do with what we can in keeping that configuration configuration cube as far away from that lunatic while I keep his attention preoccupied with me here in the meantime. Wait, so hold on, you are leaving us in charge and going and taking care of this thing? But what exactly do you think that we ought to go and do here to ensure that this thing is kept safe and away from falling within the wrong hands, Whis? With Whis responding, well, whatever you are all about to go and do, it must be done with the absolute fullest extent of your powers in having to do so, for we must not go and let this relic fall within Raijin's hands, which is why I will go and engage with him while you are all left with this mission and figuring out on what to do moving forward, as your mission by now should be very clear, because while I can't go and promise that I will be strong enough to defeat him, Whis continues, I can however go and promise to at least go and keep his attention locked onto me while the rest of you are left to plan, as without the aid of the Grand Minister or the Omni Kings, we are now left to go and think of a way to go and free them while attempting to also hide the relic which Raijin seeks, Whis continues, and don't worry about me while I'm out there, and so just figure out of a plan and having to keep that cube away from him while we go and use these final moments to think of a way out, and fast, Whis says, and if this is going to be the very last time that I am able to go and see you all, Whis adds, then I want for you all to go and remember as to the causes that you are choosing to fight for, and to remain as united as you possibly can, as without the aid of your fellow allies in battle, we are hopeless to go and survive against him, Whis adds, and so I hereby leave the rest in your hands while I go and deal with this demon on my own, Whis went on to then shout upon being shown dashing towards Raijin, and while I promise that I will not rest until I am to see that you are to be dealt with in the meantime, Raijin, and if you just so happen to want that cube as badly as you claim to want it, Whis adds, then you will have to go and pry it from my lifeless, cold, dead body if you wish to go and achieve your ultimate plans of destruction, which I can only go as far as to assure you here and now that you will not be successful in having to go and accomplish. And so whether I am to go and prevail here against you or perish by your hands in this battle, I will never allow for you to go and bypass through my efforts and having all of this end within your favor. However, it was only just upon with Whis being shown having to tackle Raijin through one of these said portals, as Raijin had then gone as far as to now bring Whis back on over into the demon realm and having to give himself the home field advantage, was when Raijin then went on to quickly respond, and do you honestly think that any of what it was that you had just mentioned is supposed to somehow go and scare me? Please. And as you are indeed very brave for someone who is left to go and deal with the most dangerous existing entity that the multiverse has ever seen, and having to have you do this all alone, and especially in knowing that without the aid of your angelic siblings to go and stand here alongside you, and because of this, the fight that you are willing to try and wage here against me will be as one-sided as you can imagine for it being, because as skilled as you are and as powerful as you may be, Raijin continues, with your brother's memories and battle power coursing through my very body, you will never go and find your way out of my clutches, especially since I now know that you are the one who carries the final configuration cube that I seek, Whis. Because no matter how composed you remain and no matter how refined your tactics may in fact be, you are now left all alone and alone within my world while surrounded by darkness that is as old as time itself, and alone you will fall, because in the end your light will dim and your breath will slow, and once it's time for me to go and finally finish you, and I will proceed in having to go and do so without hesitation, as your soul will know the very meaning of despair itself, which will ultimately go and stretch far beyond anything that you were ever shown in having to go and experience before.
Set up the room key. I'll play a match with you.
Give me the Dragon Ball.
I'm sorry, everyone.
You have my...
Kakarot, make sure you're in the lobby. Give me the room key.
This will be like... Where are the Dragon Balls?
Sorry, you got the wrong guy.
For my security guy. Still got me.
Eradicate them!
EP. Fighting against those bats are annoying because they're really hard to see. Excuse me. Come on, bro. That was so predictable. Only so much, only so high you can fly.
Someone help me.
Give me the Dragon Balls.
What is that?
If you don't have them, then I have no need.
That's why you have to check all of them, man.
Give me
Still
the
some
Dragon
civilians.
Dragon balls? What?
If you don't have them, then I have no need.
They're having a drink. Thank you. I think there's one more person in here.
No way!
See you later, alligator. I got my level 4. I'm just gonna destroy D, get the time machine out. Hit scout the game. Oh, my Dragon Ball. He dropped it somewhere. Damn, these guys left quick. This was an easy one, easy one. Yo, Kakarot, you have that room key ready?
You're no match for me.
Angel, and since you are nowhere close for me to go and refer to you as my equal in battle, Raijin continues, I will have you simply know that you are merely just the first fallen stone that signals the landslide to come, and as you will not go on to be remembered for how long you stood against me, but instead you will be remembered for being nothing more than just a sacrifice. As Whis went on to then check his surroundings by then having to say to himself, a throne area? So this must be where this demon mainly resides, and so I must be careful with how I choose to go and approach this, because anything can go and happen at any given time, especially as of right now. But there appears to be, however, something that I sense that is being restrained within Raijin's attacks. Whis went on to then make note of this by responding, as he appears to be channeling immense power, but also appears to be caging it deep within himself as well. But why is the question? For is it possible that he is maybe perhaps caging his true power deep within himself, or perhaps maybe a weakness of some kind that I have yet to explore on the surface? And as whatever that strange feeling was that I had just sensed, Whis went on to continue upon being shown dashing towards Raijin, and it must be something that I have to try and exploit by dragging it out and onto the surface, because if what I felt was perhaps some kind of a weakness, then I must hurry to go and try to do the best that I can in getting down to the bottom of learning of this monster's weakness immediately. Well, as sure of yourself as you may go on to appear to be, you should already also be well aware that we angels will not go and crack so easily under the pressures of such battles, no matter how powerful the opposition appears to be, which that just so happens to go and include you, for you are nothing more than a bloodthirsty parasite who will ultimately fail in their attempts to obtain what he is seeking, and deep down, you absolutely know for this to ultimately go and be true, as Raijin was then shown having to laugh and deflecting Whis' attacks by then responding, "Oh, is that so?" Raijin responds, "And that's where you're wrong, because while you may assume that my fate is to be decided by having me fall just as those who have fallen before me, my fated destiny, on the other hand, will not go and be decided by the likes of any of you, simply because you are all out of time and all out of solutions in doing anything that will truly make a lasting difference here against me in this battle. And as your endurance may keep you standing for now, Angel, but it cannot halt the inevitability that I have become and grown into, and because I can go and see right through your tactics, I am now able to understand that you seek to exhaust me." Raijin continues upon Whis being shown spitting blood within his hand, upon also being shown having to oversee thousands of demons making their way all across the multiverse. And as I can begin to now see that you are looking to go and bleed me dry inch by inch, but you cannot hope to outlast what simply does not wish to be extinguished, Angel. For you believe yourself to be clever, Whis, but cleverness without an overwhelmingly stronger force to help back you is nothing more than an annoyance. And quite honestly, Raijin continues, I have grown very tired in having to go and deal with such weary annoyances, for you mistaken the demon realm's shifting tides as a sign of your influence, when in reality, this very realm, along with everything inside of it, bends its power to my very will, as it continues to go and feed in strengthening me. And so for every second that you remain here, Raijin continues, will you only go on to nourish the very force that you seek to destroy. And if you still wish to not go and believe me, Raijin says, then I will be more than happy enough to go and demonstrate to you by showing you on exactly what I mean. To which it was only moreover within this very moment back within Universe 7 on Beerus' planet, as the others were beginning to discuss of a plan in trying to hide or get rid of the configuration cube that they were in possession of, as Gohan then went on to quickly respond, "So now, any idea on what you you all have in mind in having to go and help get that thing and keep it as far away from that demon as possible, Gohan questions? Because if this is the very relic that Raijin is desperately trying to go after and obtain, then should we go and try to destroy it in hopes of maybe having it work within our favor or something? With Vegeta responding, well, our mission was to go and hide the relic and not destroy it, Gohan, because if Whis had wanted for the cube to go and be destroyed, Vegeta says, then I have no doubt that he would have went and done it himself, and so we will have to go and somehow find a way to remain in control of it until another opportunity is to present itself. And so I say that we go and take this fight back to Earth, where we can ultimately go and have the others join in having to aid us in case we are to go and be outnumbered in the meantime. As Beerus went on to then quickly chime in, well, the boy is right, and so I say that we go and take this time to go and head back to Earth so that way we can go and keep these demons as far away from my planet that I can, Beerus continues, in having us go and hold the line by clearing out the planet of all of its invading creatures instead, saying, yeah, that's actually a good idea, Goku then went on to quickly chime in, and so we'll head back to Earth in the meantime so that we can go and have the others join us so that way we won't go and be outnumbered, with Vegeta then having to quickly respond, then let's go and head back to Capsule Corp because I can sense a great battle that is seemingly taking place out there, which more than likely means that those demons have already invaded, and so now let's go. But then, it was only from within those very moments as Goku went on to pull the individual out that was looking to grab hold of the final configuration cube was when Goku then went on to quickly shout, no, you don't, and so nice try, but we are going to be letting you demons go and get your hands on this cube that easily. Hey, wait a second. Kibi, is that really you? With the frightening demon Kibi having to then respond, wait, it's me. No, Goku, just stop. It's me. It's Kibi. So don't attack me and just calm down, please. For I didn't go and come here with the intention to cause harm onto you, but to rather go and find and address you in matters that involve both Raijin the Dark Masters and that strange cube that Raijin appears to be looking for, and so please just don't attack me, with Vegeta then having to quickly chime in, out of the way now, Kakarot, for he must be dealt with and dealt with fast, otherwise there is no telling on the amount of damage that this demon is willing to go and cause if he is able to be given a chance to flee with his life, and so now move! Wait, don't do it, Vegeta, Kibi here is one of the good ones, Goku then went on to quickly plead with Vegeta by shouting, and then so just hold on for a second and don't go off and trying to destroy him when he was the one who actually went out of his way to go and send me back into Universe 7 from the Demon Realm, and then so just try to calm down for just a second here and listen to what it is that I'm telling you.
Fortunately, we're down a player.
I'm sure this will make Lord Frieza very happy. I, Captain Ginyu, will demonstrate the thrill of battle!
Hopefully you guys don't hear that buzzing noise though.
Can you hear me? It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Guy got his level 2 quick.
Alrighty. Now, it's time to play.
You have my thanks.
We still ain't found no keys yet, which is not good.
You found a power key. Go slot it. Great. You know what to do with that key. That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick.
Right when I said we found no keys, we found like four at the same time. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's the stuff, Raccoon! 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 Archer! Fighting! Bomber! Ha!
Oh, I tried.
Nailed it!
Raccoon! Stop messing around! Tag us in!
Aw, just when I was gonna have some real fun.
I'll take good care of you.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
That was the call.
I'm back tired, yo. Yeah, I'm like 5 times already.
Get up! I owe you one.
He's gonna come back and get me.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
There's a bonus.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Try to get this key set while he's distracted. Hopefully he doesn't see me, but it's a good chance he does.
Holy hell.
Bitch, just came out of nowhere, dog.
An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
How did this guy know I was in here?
Beautiful.
Oh well. GG's.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it?
Oh, crap.
Holy hell.
Do it again, man.
You're done! Gallic gun! Kaioken!
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. Stop!
See. Sucks my Frieza only has a level 1 scouter.
Close.
Let's go!
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution.
Got snatched.
If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Nailed it!
Give me a break.
I'm sure this will make Lord Frieza very happy.
Scary.
Oh, man.
Scary.
Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Might be able to clutch this, you know. Spoke too soon.
Think before rushing in. The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
Well, GG's. I'm gonna go back to my Raider queue.
Because he isn't like the others, as I can go and promise that he is not. And so wait, Vegeta! You've got to be kidding me, Saiyan. Beerus went on to then quickly chime in, as if I'm going to go and allow for this pathetic little foot soldier of Raiden's to go and attempt to try and sneak back onto my planet, and only having him think that he is going to go and snatch that cube away from us and not live long enough to go and regret his actions. And so now out of the way so we can go and destroy this little demon before things go and get worse. worse for us in the meantime, as Goku went on to then plead with everyone by then responding, "Now just wait and hold on, everyone. Look, I think you guys have it all wrong because I'm telling you that he is not like the rest of them, and that is simply because if it were not for Kibi here, then there is no telling on what would have went and happened to me while I was trapped down there within the demon realm with those demons, as it is only now because of this fact I want you all to simply go and give him a chance here, as you will all see in due time as to what I mean, and so just trust me here because I wouldn't be going and lying to you if I wasn't sure," with Kibi responding, "And your ally here is right, for I did not intend on coming here to start any trouble with any of you, but would rather attempt to try and offer a helping hand in having to help you stop Lord Raijin and the Dark Masters for good, and while I know on how this might sound, you'll have to just go and trust me on this, because while I may have been loyal to the Dark Masters and Lord Raijin before, I know now that this is not the path that both myself and many others who are just like me want to go down and follow, and while I know that you may not go and trust any of us at the moment," Kibi continues, "which quite frankly you have every reason not to, but this is something that you will have to go and simply trust me on, because if you don't, then you will only be putting a far bigger target on your backs than what you already have now, and so in order to ensure that Raijin does not manage to go and get his hands on that final configuration cube, I will simply need for all of you to trust me enough in handing that cube on over to me and allow me to go and hide it deep within the pits of the demon realm, as Lord Raijin wouldn't go and think twice about having that very cube be hidden within our realm, since he will ultimately have to come and find out that the angel no longer is in possession of the cube sooner or later anyways. And while you don't have to go and like me, as I don't expect for any of you to actually like or trust me," Kibi continues, "but right now within this very moment in time, you will ultimately need someone who understands the monster that you are up against, as we were all forged within Lord Raijin's shadow, and because we all were," Kibi continues, "we would be the ones who would ultimately know his judgment while creating confusion around him, and so please let me be the one to create this misdirection that buys you all the time that you need," Kibi says, "for I am not asking for you to go and surrender your mission here to me either, but I am simply rather offering you all a path for us to go and move ahead in a path that I believe that Raijin won't see coming, and having me go and buy you all the additional time that you need in order for you all to go and come up with a good enough plan that will finally be what stops them," as Goku went on to then address everyone by then responding, "I see. Well, even though we are all seemingly having to run on borrowed time here, since there's no telling on how Whis is doing out there against him, I think that it just might be worth a shot if we go into—" "Have you completely lost your mind here or what?" Vegeta went on to then cry out by responding, "because there is no chance that we will ever allow for scum like you to go and lay claim to what that monster is looking for, because how do we know that you just won't go and turn it in for him once you have ultimately had went and tricked Kakarot here into handing it over to you?" Vegeta questions. "No chance, demon, you hear me? And so even if what Kakarot says here about you is to be taken as truth," Vegeta continues, "then how exactly can the rest of us be so sure in having to trust you when this could all simply be a ploy in having to get this cube on over to your dark leader, once you have simply went and having to go and convince us in handing this over to you?" With an annoyed Kibi then having to quickly respond, "Well, even though I may be a demon by blood, that doesn't mean that I agree with what the Dark Masters and what Lord Raijin are doing in having to create chaos all throughout the multiverse, including within the demon realm itself, which is why I will not go and allow for you to go and talk down to me, and as if you somehow have went and convinced yourself in believing that you know me better than I know myself, Saiyan, and as my survival depends on his failure just as much as yours does, and if I truly had intended to go and betray all of you," Kibi continues, "then I simply would have just kept Goku locked away within the abyss instead of having to go and risk
another of your pathetic attacks. I made you a promise, didn't I? I said you would experience dread like no other. I hate you!
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
W. Patrick, thank you for the $2 super chat, homie. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. So if you're gonna play Breakers, try to get at least one Raider match in, and then call it a night.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
What priority are you right now?
Anyone out there? Thanks.
If you want to, I'm not on Discord. Best thing you could do is make a YouTube channel and go live. This key might be underwater.
Great. You know what to do with
And we found it. It's like I went right to it.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
What do you guys think is gonna happen for season 10? Think we might get the shadow? Think we might get Omega Shenron and the Shadow Dragon? Siki might be underwater.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Access the startup system from the central
Flying
area.
Nimbus!
Just a little more to go. Then you're
got me.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can. Retreat if you need to. Got it? Somebody's down. I owe you one. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully.
I will not tolerate failure.
Jeez, bro.
Ally needs your help. Don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Gotcha! 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 Oh man, that man's right deadly. It's got to A3.
Risk my existence to help bring him back into this world and save him, and by that very extension in having to go and save all of you as well, with Goku having to be here to help you, Kibi says. So even though I am not asking for you to go and believe me, what I am asking for is to have you trust me, as I wouldn't go and be doing this and risking my life in opposing the Dark Masters and Lord Raijin, and if I simply didn't believe in my heart that what they are currently doing is going to result in the utter destruction of us all if they aren't stopped, with Goku then having to respond, listen to me, because while I know on how you feel and would normally be right there with you and questioning every move that he makes, but Kibi's right about everything here, Vegeta, as this just might be the only real chance that we've got to buy ourselves some time, and so we can't afford to just go and throw it away just because we're not used to going and trusting someone like him, Goku adds, to which if Kibi is willing to go and risk his life so that we can go and buy some time and having to stall Raijin for just a little while longer, Goku continues, then we will simply have to go and take his word for it and take these moments while we still can in trusting him for the sake of protecting everything that we have been fighting near and dear to uphold, Vegeta. And so now I don't know on what exactly you have planned here, but I trust that you will go and do what needs to be done in order to go and hide this cube and keep it as far away from him that you possibly can, Goku says, while the rest of us go and having to figure out on how we can possibly go and set the Omni Kings free along with helping find the Grand Minister and the others. And so here, Goku says, go and take this and defend it with your life, because while I may not know on where you are going to be going and taking this cube, whatever you end up doing, just make sure that he isn't able to grab hold of you and having to go and rip that cube away from your possession, Goku says. And so I am trusting that you will go and keep this safe and away from Raijin for as long as you possibly can manage to go and do so, while me and the others in the meantime go and try to think of a way and having to go and use this to our advantage, so that way we can go and finally put an end to all of this once and for all. And so be careful, with Kibi responding, well, thank you very much for putting your trust in me to go and keep this safe and away from Raijin's ability to go and obtain Son Goku. And as my only worry from this point moving forward is that I don't wind up in having to disappear like how many of the other demons have went and disappeared via some kind of a random bottomless dark portal that had appeared beneath them. And so I will do what I must in order to go and ensure that this works, with Gohan then having to chime in, hey wait, and so when you say things like they just went and disappeared without a trace after being dragged under by some kind of a random bottomless portal, then you are meaning to tell us that this wasn't a direct result in having these demons simply return back into the demon realm, Gohan questions? Because if they themselves are not responsible for such a thing, and if Raijin or those Dark Masters aren't either, then what exactly is? With Kibi responding, well, I don't really know as to who or what is causing for such a thing to go and have happen, but something is going on that warrants our attention, and since Lord Raijin is the massive roadblock that is preventing us in having to learn about the truth of what is truly going on, along with having him pose as being the greatest risk to all life across the multiverse as we currently are to go and know of, I will go and do what I must. And so while there may not be enough time for us to go and get down to the very bottom of how we are to go and prevail here against them, Kibi continues, and I will further go on to offer you my helping hand in battle later if you need for me to go and do so, as I am first to go and make my way back into the demon realm into trying to go and hide this cube before I am spotted by anyone, which is a gamble that none of us here should ever be willing to go and take, Kibi continues. And so I will go and return to you all once I have successfully hidden this relic, because one way or another, whoever holds this cube on their person, Kibi adds, will ultimately end up in having to be targeted by Lord Raijin, regardless of who in fact may actually end up holding it, with Goku then having to respond, well, we're counting on you and trust you with this, Kibi, and so please don't make us regret in having to go and do this, because this is our one and only chance to go and do what we can to stop this, as we are going out of our way to go and place our faith within you. And so just try and stay in contact with us if you can without you having to be spotted in the meantime, with Kibi being shown having to turn around by responding, well, I will go on to do everything within my power to create a strong enough distraction so that Lord Raijin and the others are left with confusion whilst assuming that you are all carrying what he is looking for within the moment. And as even though it won't be as easy for me to simply go and contact you directly by simply having to go and click on a button or reading your mind and giving you an update, Kibi adds, but I will instead go and try to come back into your world by joining you in this battle against the Dark Masters and Raijin once I am able to go and find a good enough place to go and hide this cube from having them discover it, Kibi continues. And so we will go and stay in touch for the time being, but just please try to stay alive in the meantime, because if the rest of you are all to fall, Kibi says, then so falls our entire plan. And so for the time being, remember this message and good luck, Universe 7, as something within that very moment then began to dawn upon Goku, as Goku then went on to quickly address this to himself by then responding, wait a minute now, hold on. Goku then went on to proceed to say to himself upon being shown having to remove his fingers from his forehead, could that really end up being the key that will ultimately help us to finally go and put this madness to rest? Because although it's been quite a while since I was last seen having to wear it, maybe it's still there somewhere if I didn't already lose it, and that is simply because if it is, then that is exactly what I will need that will help us break free and win, Goku says, with Vegeta then having to chime in, what's the holdup, Kakarot? Are you coming back to Capsule Corp with us and having to go and hurry and join the others and seeing on how bad the damage is that's been caused by those demons back on Earth, or are you simply going to just stand there and daydream all day because we're running out of time? With Goku being shown having to turn around by responding, and actually on second thought, you guys go and make your way back to West City and I'll go and regroup with you all shortly after, since I just so happen to have remembered something really important that could actually be what saves us all. But in order for that to truly become a reality, Goku continues, then I will need to go back home first in order for me to go and check on something. something, as I will ultimately go and join you all soon once I'm able to find it if I can. And so now don't worry about me, and let's just stick to the plan that we have so far in order for us to go and make sure that nothing goes wrong in the time that I am gone. And so I'll just go and meet with you all a little later on once I'm able to see if I still have it, with Beerus then having to be shown chiming in. Are you crazy? And just what exactly do you mean by having to just go back home and meet with us a little later on, Saiyan? And as what could possibly be so important to you that you feel the need to go and rush back home instead of having to join us on the front lines and wiping these creatures out once and for all, Beerus questions. And as I'm willing to go and bet that it's food now, isn't it? For you're going to go off and stuff your face first, and you don't want the rest of us to find out, is that right? Well, actually, now that you've mentioned it, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't starting to get really hungry here, but no, because as much as I would love to go and just take a quick break and grabbing something to go and fill my stomach up with, Goku says, and I'm actually going to go and look for something, and even though I would really love to go and tell you all as to what exactly it is that I'm going to be going and looking for when I get back home, Goku says, and I think that it would be best if I don't go and mention anything here at all, since we'll never truly know on who's listening in on our conversations while we're here, and so it's better to go and avoid it having to go and let the enemy in on what our plans are going to be, Goku adds, and so you'll just have to go and trust me on this one, as I promise that I will try to make this as quick as I can, and so in the meantime, just try not to wind up in having to find yourselves fighting that demon god Raijin without me if he winds up having to come back again, but I promise that I'll go and make this quick, and so I'll go and see you all back at Capsule Corp in just a few, okay? So see you all in just a bit, gotta run, with Vegeta responding, are you insane? You can't be serious right now, Kakarot, and just what exactly are you... Oh, curse that idiot, Vegeta says, as this wasn't the right time, nor was it the right condition for him to go and take a break on us just moments before having to go and leave. And as you better not have went and lied to us and actually have some kind of a plan here, Kakarot, or else you're going to wish that you hadn't went and just left us now, with Beerus then having to chime in. Well, what's done is done, and the idiot's already left, and so it's best for us to go and take our leave back to Earth now, before more of them start showing up around here, Beerus adds, which I'm already beginning to get extremely sick of, and so now let's hurry it up and trust that this idiot Goku knows what he is doing and didn't just go and leave us for nothing, with Vegeta having to then respond, oh fine, then we'll hurry it back and trust that he'll go and return to us with some kind of a strategy, because while we go and head back to Earth, there is no telling on what awaits us once we arrive, but once we do, then trust that it's open season for everyone who isn't aligned with us, and so that means as soon as we go and touch down, Vegeta says, don't go and hold anything back, and so let us do what it is that we have to go and do in order to go and make a statement known loud and clear, and so now grab on and let's go. Here now, Kaima, are you okay? For there couldn't have been any other way in having to go and detect that mortal from approaching us, because had he been spotted just seconds prior, Kyrax adds, then I have no doubt that he would have ultimately had been taken down before being given the chance to go and strike, and so what exactly do you think our next move is going to be, with Kaima responding, well, our one and only main objective here is to go and make sure that they are all destroyed, no matter what it is that we will have to go and do in order to make sure that this happens, Kyrax. But even now, while I observe these creatures from below, we may not be able to go and get very far with the Namekian here to help aid those androids in battle, and so we'll need to come up with a strategy, as Piccolo went on to address the androids by then responding, so what exactly do you make of those two down there? Are you actually able to go and take them both down, or would you need for me to go and buy you both a little bit of time while you go and figure out on what you can do to try to go and stop them, with Ultra Android 17 having to then respond, well, they aren't stronger than how we are at this point in time, however, whatever they possess in terms of being able to wield paralyzing techniques, 17 says, just might end up causing a few issues here for us, but nothing that we won't be able to go and handle, and so we should go and take this time to try to attack them now, before they wind up in having to go and try to do what they just did out here to us again, to which it was only just as the demon scientist Sugami was then shown having to appear was when Sugami then went on to address Kaima and Kyrax by then responding, now, fellow warriors, for there is no need to go and lose focus, as our battle here involving these creatures is still very much far from being over, and while I'm not exactly surprised by the outcome within this current situation here, Sugami continues, and I must admit that by watching these insects go and get the better of even our most refined hunters is quite irritating to say the least, but don't proceed in having to go on to look so defeated here, fellow warriors, as I had anticipated that this universe was indeed actually going to express its resistance towards us, but this too, however, will not last forever, Sugami continues, and what I'm about to go and unleash onto them will mark the beginning of the end of Universe 7, and as well as also having this become the ultimate and perfect game changer for us moving forward, as since we had went and had sworn our very allegiance in winning Lord Raijin the day by vanquishing all of his enemies by any means, allow for me to hereby go and offer you both a helping hand of sorts by leveling out the playing field, which will undoubtedly have this battle go and lean within our favor in due time, Sugami says. And so to our fellow enemies who look down from above, I offer you this single and final warning before having to re-engage, Sugami continues, that while you may have went and lasted this long by enduring some of the many attacks that we had planned prior to having us arrive within your dying universe, what comes next will ultimately be something that none of you had prepared for prior, as my shadow demons from here on will ensure that you will not survive what's waiting for you ahead, but if you just so happen to do, then you will never go on to live to see another day in being the same as you are right now ever again, Sugami says. And so prepare for the worst, because this is where the tides will suddenly begin to slowly change within our favor. And so I would go and think twice about what you are all about to go and get yourselves into here if I were you, Sugami continues, upon now having to see Shadow Demon Vegeta and Shadow Demon Piccolo rise up from the ground, because my Shadow Demons aren't going to be as easy to go and take down as you would all like to assume for them to be, and on top of it all, there is but far more to these Warriors of Darkness than meets the eye, and so if you expect for this to end within your favor, then I regret to have to inform you all that it won't. But you don't have to simply go and believe me, as you will all come to see this for yourselves, as Piccolo went on to then shockingly respond, "Whoa, what? Please tell me that I'm seeing things down there or anything, because is that Vegeta on the left and me on the right? So these are what those shadow demons look like that are based around the ones that Goku had mentioned." Wait a second, Ultra Android 18 went on to then quickly interrupt, and so are you telling me that those demons can literally go and make copies of us through having us appear through those forms seen down below? As Sugami then went on to continue, "Oh indeed, but why stop there when we are only now just getting started, am I right? And so just in case if you truly thought that my shadow demons here were going to be all that I was going to go and bring upon you all here today, then you might want to go and turn around and double down on your collective efforts here against us," Sugami says, upon having to be shown spawning yet another Leviathan and being shown grabbing onto both 17 and 18 with Piccolo being left speechless. And as I hereby want to go and introduce you all to one of the many Leviathan giants that dwell within the demon realm, which I will guarantee you all here and now that you will not be strong enough to go and survive against. "Zeros, you've got to actually be kidding me here," Piccolo shouts upon being shown charging up for his special beam cannon. "Oh, well, no time then, and so hang in there, you two. I'm going to try to go and blast you both out of that thing's vice grip, but I may need a minute or two here just so I can go and make sure that this No, I don't think so here," Namekian and Sugami went on to quickly interrupt upon having to see Shadow Demon Piccolo attack Orange Piccolo in the sky, because as you could see, Vermin, Lord Raijin had made sure to go and double down by ensuring our positions across the multiverse, and having to go as far as to ensure that we are successful here within our missions, and it's because I am willing to go and stake my life on the line in order to go and make sure that Lord Raijin's will is to be done without having us fail, Sugami continues. "No matter how many of you go and decide to try to stand within our way, you will ultimately be met with fire and death along the way, and as I don't intend on going and letting Lord Raijin and the Dark Masters down, no matter how far I will need to go in order for me to go and prove it." Listen to me, 18, we can still go and muscle our way out of this thing's clutches and being able to go and free ourselves, but we'll have to go and act now while we still have the... Well, maybe the two of you must have already forgotten on who it is that you are fighting here, Kyrax went on to then immediately interrupt by having to be shown electrocuting both 17 and 18 alongside with Kaima. But Kaima and I here certainly didn't go go on to forget it, and so therefore, I think that payback is in order, androids, as Kaima then went on to quickly respond. And before the two of you go and get any ideas here, just know that we aren't going to be standing for it. Not while we are still around, you aren't, and so I want you to go and feel every part of this, android. And as I want you to go and feel every bit of the exact same levels of pain that you had went and put me through since coming here, Kaima went on to continue upon still being shown electrocuting Ultra Android 18. And I promise you that so as long as our great and mighty Leviathan giant is able to go and keep you within his clutches, then I am going to continue to go and use everything that I possibly can in order to go and fry you until there is nothing left of you but particles just blowing within the voids of darkness. Oh dear, this isn't looking good for any of them out there, and unless we are to go and do something soon to help them, Bulma continues upon being shown having to oversee the battle from below, then they won't be able to go and last much longer out there without some kind of a helping hand, Bulma says. And so we'll need to go and do our part by sending out our Supercell prototype, because nobody had went and mentioned anything about them having skyscraper-sized monsters down there within the demon realm, Bulma continues. And so while we still have a little bit of time left, Bulma continues, let's hurry and open the gates and activate the Supercell defense program right now before those monsters wind up destroying all of us if we don't. Which it was only moreover as Orange Piccolo was then shown having to fall face down on the ground and having to now land directly in front of Sugami, was when Sugami went on to address Piccolo by then responding. And just like that, look how quickly you were shown having to go and be brought down onto your knees despite in having to believe in your foolish abilities to honestly be enough to withstand such an onslaught. Now you held on admirably, that much I will give you, Sugami says. However, in the end, you should have been far smarter than to go and choose to go and engage against my precious shadow demons the way you just did, as they were both barely shown in having to even have the need to exert themselves all that much and having to go and bring you down out here against them. And so what are you going to possibly try and hope to do against me now, Namekian? Well, I feel like ripping your head right off those skinny little shoulders of yours is what I really feel like doing here, demon, Piccolo says. And so just know that no matter what it is that you go and try and throw within our direction, you will never find yourself succeeding, no matter how many of these demons you decide to go and throw within our way. You hear me? With the demon scientist Sugami responding, such anger and such passion. Oh, I hear you loud and clear, Namekian. However, it's a shame that you couldn't go and forward this very attitude in joining Lord Raijin. But nevertheless, I just want for you to go and know that it has truly been a pleasure in having to go and deal with you here, Namekian. And so while I can't promise you that this will be quick and painless, what I will, however, go and promise you is that this will leave an everlasting... Oh, just hurry it up and get this over with then, Demon, Piccolo quickly shouts upon being shown spitting in Sugami's face. And as I could honestly go and care less about what your master's will and desires are, and so just hurry it up and get this over with if you are actually going to do it. And as I am honestly really starting to get sick of having to listen to you preach, with an angry Sugami then responding, how dare you? How dare you go and spit in my face and act as though there isn't going to be any repercussions to follow? Well, not today, Namekian, and so now take from him what you will, as you are both free to go and tear this mortal apart as you choose, my shadow demons. And as I want for there to be nothing left of him by the time we are done here. But then, it was suddenly just then from out of nowhere, as both Shadow Demon Piccolo and Shadow Demon Vegeta were then shown getting knocked off Orange Piccolo, was when Sugami then went on to continue. What the? And just what in the world was the... Wait. No, it can't be. Oh, damn it, not now. But just how? For I should have known better than to go and think that the Namekian was going to be the last of them to go and get in the way of our plans after saving those androids up there, Sugami continues. And now with the others here and having them shown be standing together alongside the Namekian, I am going to need to have to hurry and change up our strategy going into this fight against him, Sugami continues, before we end up losing out on everything that we have been fighting to control and destroy along the way if something isn't done. As Beast Gohan went on to address Piccolo by then responding, "Hey, are you alright there, Piccolo? For we were able to go and sense the battle that you guys have been waging here while on Lord Beerus' planet, and so we came here as quickly as we could when we sensed your energy during the middle of combat," with Orange Piccolo responding, "Well, I'll be fine for now, but we can't go and allow for them to be given any chance to leave here when considering on how dangerous they are, and so we'll need to go and hurry and end this here on Earth rather than go and let them escape us later on," Piccolo says, with Sugami then having to then turn around by then responding, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Universe 7's God of Destruction Beerus and the savage brute that was seen waging war against that fallen angel Murno who goes by the name Broly. Oh, this is just bad," Sugami continues. "Very, very bad," as Kaima then went on to turn around by addressing the others by then responding, "There's more of them? But just how and where in the world did they just suddenly go and drop in from out of nowhere like this?" But then, it was only from within those very moments now from out of nowhere, as a barrage of rockets and missiles were then shown having to slam directly into the giant Leviathan, was when Ultra Android 17 then went on to quickly shout, "And just what the heck are those? Oh, well, never mind that, and so let's hurry and go and get out of Dodge here before we end up getting caught in the middle of these things, 18? Whoa, hey, wait a minute, look over there," Ultra Android 18 went on to then point out upon having to see Kaima and Kyrax being shown getting slammed by multiple missiles, as those missiles and rockets also seem to be smashing right into those other two demons as well over there. But hey, 17, hurry and turn around and having to go and take a look right behind you, to which as Ultra Android 17 did, it was only from within these very moments now, to everyone's shock, as Capsule Corp Supercell Max was then shown having to emerge from Capsule Corp and having to blast his way through, our heroes were only then met by none other than a functioning Cell unit that was built by Dr. Hedo and Bulma, as Ultra Android 17 then went on to quickly respond, "It's Cell, but just, or, I mean, it looks kinda like Cell, but are you seeing what I'm seeing on his chest over there too, 18? For I think this gigantic monstrosity of an android just might be on what Bulma and Dr. Hedo had been constructing and working on, while also having to go and mention something about activating him while we were in our stasis chambers, and so I think that this giant monster here is actually going to be on our side during this fight," 17 adds, "and so just go and take a look at him, for he is just as big as that Leviathan was shown in having to be, and the amount of missiles on this thing is just absolutely ridiculous, but at the same time, this was exactly what we will go and need in order to go and take these suckers down for good," 17 says, as Ultra Android 18 went on to then respond, "Well, I can't believe that I'm about to go and say this, but honestly, I'm actually rather glad that this giant man-made war machine is on our side for this one, and that is simply because I don't even want to begin to imagine as to what kind of firepower they went and added onto this one," as Beast Gohan then went on to chime in, "You've got to be kidding me, a good version of Cell, and he's actually on our side instead of having to go and attack us," Beast Gohan utters. "Well, if I didn't believe in miracles before, then Bulma and Dr. Hedo sure did a good job in turning me into a believer now, because just look at that thing," with the demon scientist Sugami having to then respond, "This is now beginning to spiral out of control far quicker than anticipated, as Lord Raijin had given explicit orders that if things had escalated beyond our control, that I am to go and unleash everything that I possibly can if it means in having to ensure our victory, because we will not be able to go and survive this if this goes on to continue the way that it currently is, for their strength isn't static, which means that they are learning from one another in real time, and if we go and give them much breathing room here going forward, then they will ultimately go and find a way to unify into something far worse than what we have faced so far, which is exactly what we were trying to avoid, as I was hoping to go and avoid this contingency, but deploying everything now means that we are on the brink of losing everything that we have been striving towards in building," Sugami continues, "as I will not go and allow for that to stand, given what we were just able to go and collect throughout the time of having our demons scout their universe. So while I may not exactly know on where some of our most valuable and powerful demon fighters have suddenly disappeared into, Sugami went on to continue. Unless they have somehow had already been destroyed by now, then the longer these vermin are allowed to coexist in bringing aid to one another, then the more troublesome they will grow to become, and if that ends up happening, Sugami continues, then I have no doubt that we will end up losing if we allow for this to go and continue. But where are the others, Sugami questions? Where are some of my elite warriors, and just where in the world are the Dark Masters? As I am being left with no other choice than to go and use what lies within our reserves if these mortals continue to go and push back against us like this, Sugami continues. For our mission is to go and remain lest we warrant to go and be annihilated by Lord Raijin if we are to go and fail, and if that ends up being the case, Sugami says, then I must go and draw upon and call forth yet another one of my shadow clones in order to help even out the battlefield. And so, if those mortals are looking to go and try to take me out first, then I'll go and make sure to go and take a massive piece of them alongside with me if that's what these little vermin are looking to go and try to do. As no matter what it takes, I will go on to stake my life that Lord Raijin's will is to be done unto this and every other world beyond it, whether I am destroyed within the process of this battle or not, Sugami says, as Beerus went on to then address Sugami by having to then chime in. Now, I wouldn't go and be too hasty here if I were you, because whatever you think is going to honestly be enough to go and stop us won't be remotely near in being what will ultimately be enough to actually go and put us down here, demon. And with Broly here as my go-to monster who is waiting for me to go and give him the orders to attack you, whatever it is that you are getting ready to go and bring out and unleash against us here isn't going to work, Beerus says. But since your arrogance appears to be what is guiding you down this path of destruction here against us, it'll only be a matter of time before I go and set this monster loose onto you, and trust me when I say you will not be ready for what he is all about, demon, with Sugami responding, yes, well, as powerful and as fearsome as your title across many worlds is known for, I could go as far as to reassure you that we are more than ready, willing, and are able to compete against such beasts such as the one whom you are standing next to within the moment. However, God of Destruction, and I hope that you aren't going to go and underestimate what we are still very much capable in having to go and do here, Sugami continues, as I say that to say that just because you end up finding yourself being backed by an unrelenting monster of a mortal doesn't always mean that he is truly capable of having to go and get the job done here against us, because with another one of my many shadow demons having to now join in on all of the action here against you, I wouldn't go and start issuing out warnings just yet, for there is still much more for us that is left that I am eagerly awaiting to go and show you, Beerus. As if you still wish to go and doubt what we from the demon realm are truly capable of and having to go and do, Sugami says, then go ahead and step right up and I will gladly be happy to show you in the meantime. So that was what you had went and done with our blood when you managed to go and get one of your very own to come and take samples of our DNA when you did, huh? Well, alright then, but this one here is going to be mine and mine alone to go and take down, so whenever you are ready, Gohan continues, then I want you to go and show me as to what you're really made of, and I'll be happy to go as far as to show you on why you could never surpass the original. And since I already know that what is standing before me isn't going to be a simple cakewalk of a battle, Gohan adds, what I will, however, go as far as to tell you by the time that this is over, only one of us here will end up in having to be the last one standing out here, and that someone is going to be me, and so now let's go! To which it was only within that very moment, as both Gohan and Shadow Beast Gohan had wasted little time in having to collide, was when the demon scientist Sugami then went on to quickly chime in. Oh, this isn't good, for I never would have expected to go as far as to be forced in having to go and use this shadow demon against these mortals this early, for his synchronization isn't as perfect as the others. However, it appears as though he is still able to hold his own out there, as this is far from an ideal situation to have us go and be in within the moment, Sugami continues, for these mortals are far more composed than I had originally anticipated for them to go and be, as they have went and seen.
Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Every time I try to pause this video, this shit never works. Like, what the hell's going on? Also, it's not working properly. Like, triple check to make sure the video's off. Every time Frieza gets injured, his power thing goes up. Making me evolve faster. Didn't want to waste my dragon change. Could do damage though.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
The only skill I have is that launch one, where you can pick up the items while you're on the Nimbus. I do have vehicle movement speed, but I took it off, and I put out my final dragon change.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before
Final dragon change.
you know what to do with that key.
The one that, again, the one that lets you pick up items while you on a vehicle. I don't remember what the other ones are though. There's down.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
Dave, Xeno Coffee. Yeah, level 3, that's not good.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Gotta get the hell out of here!
I had sprint. Probably won't make this.
You bastard! Oh my, it's been quite some time, hasn't it?
I had sprint. I was using and double jump. I was using that in the earlier seasons, but I took them off.
I see what's going on. I owe you one.
What's wrong? Is this all?
Oh, come on!
Eee. Can't go nowhere.
The startup system for the
I got killed twice.
ready. Head there now. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
It's the Frieza you lost to. I do have one of the Dragon Balls.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you.
Holy hell.
Alright for me. I as usual.
Oh man.
It's a supplies chunks.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Two more cubes.
Oh man. Holy hell.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Oh man.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Come back and save you, don't worry.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Oh man.
I save my teammates. Gonna make it.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it? The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. Irritated by a blue light. An ally needs your help. Think before rushing in. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Stay calm.
What happened?
Flying Nimbus!
This is bad. Somebody's down.
Come on, man. Leave with the time machine.
Caution if you're going to help them. The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
Good.
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
Golden Frieza is very difficult to beat.
This kind of threat before, as that much is obvious by the way they are all seemingly having to go about this situation together, and so because of that very fact, I must hurry and try to think of a counterattack against them fast, because if they are somehow able to go and discover a method in going as far as to go and take my army down, then I'm going to, just so that we are clear here, Beerus interrupts upon having to see Sugami turn his head by noticing Broly and Beerus, with Beerus having to then chime in. Let me be the first to go as far as to hereby now remind you that if I truly I wanted to, I could destroy you with the slightest flick of my wrist when compared to some of your more troublesome allies who are currently out there. But don't you worry, because I have special plans for you, demon, because you see, Beerus continues, I was actually having quite the pleasant day before you and your horde of outlawed rejects had went and decided to go and ruin all of that for me, and so I just want you to know that I just relish at moments such as these, and especially when fools like yourself finally go on to realize on how small and how insignificant they truly are, just before they wind up going and getting exactly what is already owed to them. And so now, do you see this pitiful excuse of worthless existence that is standing here before us, Broly? For this is one of just many worthless parasites who plan to erase everything that you cherish, Beerus continues, and as these very plans just so happen to include your friends, your peace, and your very existence, which are all on the line here, as this one here aims to rip it all away from you, which is why he came onto this world to begin with here, Broly. However, since this creature here doesn't appear to fully understand the danger that he is currently up against, what do you say you want to go and give this little worm a little reminder without having to go and take his life so quickly, Beerus adds, in going as far as to punish this worthless excuse for a life form by revealing to him the fruits of your incredible battle power now, will you? Since he clearly now appears to not get the message here, Broly, and so now
Appreciate it, man.
Wait, I've seen this one somewhere before. Yes, I'm certain. I intend to rid the universe of every last one of you.
Why can't I just have a match against randoms? It's always me. It's like the game doesn't like me, bro. It does not like me when I have Raider matches. Motherfuckers have headphones and microphones and all this shit.
Let the carnival of terror begin. Give me the Dragon Ball.
What are you talking about?
If you do not have them, then I have no need for them. Give me the Dragon Ball. You have my thanks.
Which way should I go? I'll go this way. Namekian. Got the kill though. I need to find his I need to find his power key radar. And these guys all have world champion. To find a Dragon Ball radar or a civilian radar. We got a level 3. They got all the keys though. See someone over there. They're flying so slow. Feeling that was gonna happen, I was going straight for the time machine. I put as much pressure as possible before they jump me. I got 3 Dragon Balls, I don't know how much those other guys have. I gotta kill at least 2 or 3 more, and then I'll have a Nimbus out of here. It's always when I get to the last couple of seconds, that's when they want to start jumping me. But it looks like I got it this time. Let's destroy that vending machines. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're trying to fight, so. GG's.
I apologize for the wait. Shall we begin round 2?
Well, a win is a win. You know, I lose sometimes, man. But appreciate the support. Close to 85.
Go, to which as Broly was then shown exactly having to go and do, this had now became the exact moment where full-powered Super Saiyan 3 Broly was then shown having to reignite his power onto the surface, as Beerus then went on to quickly continue. Good, just like that, Saiyan, but do remember that he doesn't just threaten you here, mortal, but this creature here just so happens to threaten those whom you also hold dear, along with your allies and the ones who have accepted and trusted you, Broly. And so now why don't you go as far as to go and show this monster that mortals, just like demons, can ultimately be just as brutal and just as bloodthirsty and ruthless as they portray themselves to be. To which as Broly was then shown having to dash directly towards Sugami, the demon scientist Sugami had absolutely no response as to what he was about to go and face in Super Saiyan 3 Broly, as Sugami then went on to quickly shout, wait, just hold on there for just a moment, as I am not a warrior here, and so just wait a minute and give me a chance to go and summon a warrior who is far more capable of giving you the challenge that you are looking for, and that is simply because I am not worthy enough in going, and now I wouldn't go and listen to him here if I were you, Saiyan. Beerus went on to then immediately interrupt upon having to see Broly uppercut Sugami in the stomach, for you had went and heard it yourself out there from his very own mouth when he had laid out exactly on what it was that he was looking to go and do to everyone here, Broly. Beerus continues, and since he is trying to go and cover his tracks by going as far as to even lie directly to your face about everything that it was that he had just went as far as to mention, what do you say you go and give this delusional creature here a small taste by showing him on exactly why his dreams of wiping out your future is but a foolish one, Saiyan. To which this of course had now ultimately become the case, because as soon as Broly was then shown having to slam Sugami all throughout the landscape and having to pummel him city by city block and being shown having to slam him through multiple buildings, was when Beerus then went on to quickly continue, oh yes, now that's the kind of violence that I was hoping to go and see from you, and so just like that. So now continue slamming that fragile little skinny body of his through as many of those buildings that you can, Beerus continues, and as I want for that fool to go and feel every little bit of this before we go off and destroy him shortly after, and so keep going and don't stop, Saiyan. To which it was only in the meantime as the giant Leviathan from that point elsewhere was then shown having to completely stand back up and targeting the Ultra Androids, was when Ultra Android 18 then went on to quickly shout, oh no, watch it 17, for we'll need to go and try to come up with a plan to sidetrack this massive demon first, before it's able to go and grab hold of us like it was just shown in having to go and do again, and so now hurry and brace yourself, because but then, it was only just within this very moment before the Leviathan had the opportunity and having to go as far as to attack the Ultra Androids, was when CC Supercell Max was then shown having to ram himself directly into the Leviathan, as Ultra Android 17 then went on to quickly respond, wait a minute there 18, as I believe that with this massive Cell Max Titan and having to go and target the giant Leviathan, this could end up being our one and only chance to go and take those other two demons down while the Leviathan is distracted. And so now while we still have the chance, let's hurry and go after these two while keeping them separated from one another, 17 continues, as this very well just might be our one and only chance in having to go and destroy them, which lies in having to keep them both apart, and so now let's go. To which of course it was only just upon with Ultra Android 17 18 and Ultra Android 18 having to now clash with the Elite Demons Kyrax and Kaima was when Ultra Android 18 then went on to respond. Well, it's like I said, just do what you need to go and do, but just make sure that you go and leave this one up to me, 18 says. To which it was only all the while in the meantime back down below, as Shadow Demon Piccolo was from that point then shown having to overtake and attack Orange Piccolo, with Orange Piccolo being shown having to lose, was when Gohan then went on to quickly shout, No, Piccolo, you'll need to try and muscle your way out of having that thing go and try to control the pace of your battle here against it, because while me and Vegeta go and take care of these other two Shadow Demons, Gohan continues, you'll need to go and hurry and try to maintain some kind of control over that thing before it goes and finds a way to overtake you, with Orange Piccolo being shown having to then respond, Well, I'm trying here, Gohan, but don't worry about me and just focus and having to go and deal with
I'm clicking the damn thing to pause and it's just not pausing, man. It's like I'm trying to move quick, but I don't know. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh, come on! Thought I was a goner.
I did not mean to do that.
Place it now. Hey, great. Found another power key. Use it quick. That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
Yeah, he knows where I am. You got all the keys though. I'm gonna try to pick up that Dragon Ball. Let's play as Frieza, bro. I'm surprised we're not getting no Broly matches. So. Shit, I'm happy. At least with Frieza, you might have a chance, but Broly, there's no chance. Feel me?
Ally down. If you intend
Bro,
to
this guy
rescue
killed like 3 people in one shot.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
You're good to go.
I owe you one.
Oh.
Zero on our team, that's not good. Fuck, I tried to save the Namekian, bro.
Is anyone out there?
Oh, that's game for me, guys. I'll just watch and see how it plays out. And then I'm gonna end the stream after. It's 2 a.m. for me. No 24-hour streams anymore. Not until like summertime. This is the chill spot. Everyone's just chilling in X.
The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Oh, no, no.
An ally needs your help.
Different.
Understood.
If she's gonna escape in the time machine, these Frieza should just destroy the time machine instead of wasting time. There's only one person left. Kind of makes no sense to drag the match out just to kill one person. Seems like he's destroying it, hopefully.
The
Here we go.
startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
They're busted. It's really good though. Sucks you have to pay for the upgrade. A minute and 10 seconds left. There's only that one and this one right here. I don't know if there's anyone with E. She destroyed E. Or he destroyed E. There's only 2 beacons left. Seconds left. She fell in the hole. I know that wasn't meant to happen. You got busted anyways. Sucks. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the stream now. If you stayed this long, I'd like to say thank you. Appreciate it. Terrence, Patrick, Kakarot. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone else, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. Have yourself a good night. Peace.
With that demon that you are currently